Member Srimati Agatha. Agatha. Yes.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I would like to congratulate and extend my gratitude to the current government and our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, for bringing about this historic constitutional amendment bill for the women's reservation in Parliament and the Legislative Assemblies. So, I would also like to extend my gratitude to all members present here today across party lines who have pretty much unanimously agreed to this and supported this legislation. So we know that while more and more women across the world are being elected to the Parliament, legislatures and other decision-making bodies, these spaces remain predominantly dominated by men. Women face several challenges entering elected offices because of discriminating social and cultural beliefs regarding a woman's role in society, traditional forms of Indian society, and restricted access to resources, especially education and political access. So here I would like to give an example of a paragraph from Ram Guha's book, India After Gandhi, where he narrates the story about the first Constituent Assembly, where in the northern India, a lot of women chose to get their names registered as so-and-so's mother or daughter as opposed to their own names. And the then Chief Election Commissioner, Sukumar Sen, was very, very appalled by this practice, and he asked his officers to register the names of women and not according to the relation they had to the men in their families. And because of this, over 2.8 million women's names were struck down from the voters list. So from then to now, we have come a very long way, and we see that today we are standing here for Women Reservation Bill. Across the world, efforts have been made to tackle the matters of women's representation in the highest elected positions. In India, the topic of reservation for women in the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assemblies have been under discussion for more than 3 decades, with numerous attempts by different governments to introduce such a bill. And in this, various leaders from across party lines have played a pivotal role in making this happen. And I would like to name leaders like Madam Sushma Swaraj, Madam Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Madam Brindra Karat, and across party lines, these women and many other leaders have played a pivotal role in bringing about this kind of a change. And today, sir, the most recent version of this bill, referred to as the Constitution 128th Amendment Bill of 2023, which was presented to us yesterday at the special session of the Lok Sabha. The entire credit for that goes to our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, and the current government. So why is it important that we have women's representation? As per the latest figures published by the Inter-Parliamentary Union and the United Nations as of 2023, India ranks 140 out of 186 countries when it comes to women's representation in Parliament. India has 15.1% representation in the lower house and only about 13.8% in the upper house. While representation in both the houses has increased, these figures still remain very low. So my own state, as Madam Sumalata was talking about the matrilineal society, I also belong to a state which has a matrilineal society. And even in my own constituency, in my own state, we have only 3 women as legislative members. From the Northeast, there are only 4 women who are members of Parliament today.
Thank you. Please.
So please, just give me 2 minutes, sir. So also, India ranks 127 out of 146 countries in the Global Gender Index, Gap Index, by the World Economic Forum. The index evaluates women's participation in 4 spheres: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. In terms of crimes against women, we have seen according to the National Crime Record Bureau, in 2012, 2.44 lakh crimes against women was reported. This number jumped to about 4.28 lakhs in 2021, implying a 42.96% increase in the total crimes reported. So today I am so grateful and I am so honored to be, presenting my speech in the new Parliament House, which represents modern India. But at the same time, sir, it is also a fact that 23 million girls drop out of school because of non-availability of menstrual hygiene in these schools.
Okay.
Sir, after the 73rd and the 74th Amendment, we have seen that in the Panchayat, more women representation has increased, and we see that a study tells us that a lot of facilities, like in terms of water, in terms of health and schools, have improved because of policies made at that level.
Okay.
Therefore, there is a need for women's representation because policies sensitive to women and the girl child is drastically improved when women are there in policy making.
Thank you.
So just give me 2 points. I won't go into the details. I just want to make 2 points here. First is, sir, though I agree, and as a party we agree with this amendment bill, sir, Article 332A, Clause 2, it states as nearly as may be 1/3 of the total number of seats shall be reserved. This should be changed, sir, to the language saying not less than 1/3 of the total number of seats shall be reserved, because this would make it, there will be no scope for, a maybe in this. Secondly, sir, this act does not talk about reservation in the Rajya Sabha, so even that would be could be considered.
Srimati Aparajita Sarangi.
Sir, can I please conclude with one quote from a poem by Maya Angelou, from a poem called The Grandmothers, and I quote, "I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Today, I unquote. So today I stand on behalf of almost 50% of the population of this country, which is women, my mothers, my sisters, and I would like to thank the government for giving us this wonderful bill, and we support it, and I would like to congratulate everybody here today. Thank you.